What's up everybody, Tony here with iTech Check, and today we're going to be taking a look at a tempered glass screen protector for the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. This one's made by Mowei. It is supposed to work with the in-display fingerprint sensor, so we're going to check that out. This is a 2-pack, and it's also available on Amazon.com. I will be putting a link in the description in case you guys want to pick one up yourself. And if you guys like me and you want to support my channel, please use those links because it helps me keep purchasing products to do reviews for you guys. So right now, I do have a tempered glass screen protector on here that uses the same adhesive as the Mowei. I'm going to show you how to take that off very easily. Then we're going to see what you get inside the box here. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the complete installation for everybody. So let's go ahead and get started. This one uses adhesive, liquid adhesive, and I'm going to show you that if you need to take off the screen protector, you can take it off fairly easily. So what you're going to want to do first is kind of get a little card, or if you have a pick or something like that, like a plastic pick, that'll definitely help you lift this up without breaking the whole piece. So first you kind of just want to start off in one corner and kind of just start to lift it up just a little bit. I don't know if you can see it, but it is starting to lift here. You can kind of just work your finger nail around the edges here and kind of lift it up a little more. As you can see, it is lifting very easily off of the phone, and then you kind of just take your little pick or something and just kind of press it underneath the screen protector slowly, and it will very easily start to lift. So I just kind of like to work around the edges and release all of that adhesive before you try to lift up the whole thing. We'll kind of just work it around. And there we go, it's fully released, and then you just lift it off the screen. And as you can see, all of the adhesive is on the glass screen itself, and there's only some remnants left from the screen itself. You can just use the alcohol prep to kind of clean that up a little bit. All right, so let's see what you get inside the box here. So here we have our little tray with our screen protectors in it, our little side absorbers. This is a little guide to help lower the screen. This is what we're going to use to put over the fingerprint sensor. We have our user manual, a couple accessory packets. Here's 2 vials of glue or adhesive. Here's our LED, which you're going to need to plug into like a USB or something to power it. And here is the micro USB cable. So I usually like to use a power bank to plug this in, but you can plug it into whatever you want for USB. Okay, so before we start this process, just make sure you're on a very level surface. What I like to do, just because you don't know what's going to happen, get some Q-tips, just put them off to the side just in case you need to use them. Get like a paper towel, and then some alcohol if you do happen to have it, some rubbing alcohol to clean up just in case. And in our accessory packets here, we have a little wipe, an alcohol prep, and something to clean up some dust. So first, what you're going to want to do is open up your little packet with all of these bumpers in it, and then we'll go ahead and install these first. Another thing I would tell you to do is, just as a precaution, if you maybe have some electrical tape or some tape, I would cover everything on the bottom of your phone, your charging port, your speaker, your S Pen, and your little mic hole, just in case the liquid decides to leak out from the screen protector, which tends to happen. So we're all covered there. Okay, so before we begin, we're going to want to go ahead and clean off our screen with the alcohol wipe. Make sure there's no grease, fingerprints, anything like that on the screen. Okay, and then once everything's wiped down, we'll go ahead and dry it off with our little drying cloth here. So then we'll go ahead and take our tray, place it here. Make sure that your phone's camera bump goes into the camera slot on the tray here. So it would go in here. So go ahead and put that down in there and then press it in. Okay, so now it is in here. We'll go ahead and take our dust sticker and we'll get off any dust that might be on your screen. Another thing that's very important is this very top absorber here covers your speaker grill, which is super important because you don't want any of the liquid getting into your speaker grill, because if it does and then you cure it with the UV light, it's going to be very hard to get out if you even can. So you want to make sure that this little absorber is actually covering your speaker grill. So then what we're going to do is take our little guide tool and we'll stick it down at the bottom here. Make sure that that's in place. Okay, so now we're going to take one of our vials here. We're going to take off the white cap. Now I've watched a couple of videos of where to place this, and they both seem different. So I'm going to go by what I saw in the latest video, and that's to put 2 different bubbles of adhesive in between these 2 little lines here, okay? So I'm going to place one here and then another one over here. Then we're going to flip it upside down and start to remove the little black cap. Okay, so as you can see, I have 2 fairly even bubbles between these 2 little marks here. So now we're going to take our glass screen protector. As you can see, it's got like a little circular sticker on here. That's where the fingerprint sensors are going to go. So we want that to go down at the bottom here. We'll go ahead and peel off the bottom of the screen protector. Be careful not to touch underneath. We'll go ahead and lay in the top part first. Okay, so once that's laid down, we'll go ahead and slowly pull this back. And when we do, the screen protector might shift to the back. Just go ahead and push it as far forward as you can until the bottom edge of this clears the metal portion of the phone. And I was going to use this to kind of keep it in place. Now we're going to wait, don't touch anything until all of the adhesive has covered the whole screen. Because if you touch it while it's doing it, you might cause bubbles and it might unevenly distribute. So we'll just go ahead and leave this alone until it's totally covered the whole screen and the edges primarily. Okay, so now the glue has evenly distributed over the whole entire screen. I also have noticed that it's actually bleeding over the edge on the bottom, which is good that we put the sticker over our speaker grills and charging ports to keep it from coming out. Now here's the important part. We're going to cure this for about 90 seconds to 2 minutes. But first we're going to place the little cylinder over this little sticker here where the fingerprint sensor is going to go. But it might spill out over the edges here, and before we cure it, we're going to go ahead and take our little Q-tip and kind of clean it up a little bit. But first, we'll go ahead and place the cylinder over the little fingerprint sensor. Okay, it doesn't look like it's spilled out anymore than it already had on the bottom here. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the little guide here totally and then kind of clean up the little bit that I can. Okay, so it looks like I've cleaned up as much as I can without disturbing the actual screen protector. So now we're going to go ahead and start the curing process. So again, we're going to cure it for about 90 seconds. Okay, so now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and move this out of the way. Go ahead and take the cylinder off. We're going to go ahead and pop out our phone. From the little bottom here, we'll push up. So it does look like some of the adhesive leaked out. Go ahead and clean that up. So we clean up the edges a little bit here. Sure we get any overspill. Clean that up. So now we're going to go ahead and cure the edges for another 45 seconds. And then we'll go ahead and cure the other side for another 45 seconds. Okay, so here comes the true test. Everything is cured. Go ahead and take off our sticker on the bottom here to uncover all of our ports. Everything looks nice. Then we're going to go ahead and take off our fingerprint sensor sticker. So initially everything looks pretty good. I think the installation went pretty well. There's only a slight portion right here where the adhesive looks like it kind of missed, but that's okay. It's not really that bad. Other than that, everything else looks really nice. Now we're going to go ahead and redo our fingerprints. I've also set the sensitivity for the fingerprints up to high. So that worked out pretty well. Let's go ahead and test it out. Seems to be working pretty good. Now it's funny, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can see a little indentation where we put that little cylinder. It's just barely noticeable if you put the phone at a certain angle, but I can see where the fingerprint sensor would be. Yeah, it seems to be working pretty good. Yeah, perfect. And just so you guys know, it also does work without prompting the fingerprint sensor like I was just doing that so I knew exactly where my thumb would go, but here the screen is off. I'll go ahead and put my thumb on there. As you can see, it reads my fingerprint just fine too. And then also a little test of the facial recognition because the glass does cover the camera. So we'll go ahead and test that out. Yeah, working fine too. So now let's test out a case. Got my Rinky Fusion X case here. This is what I was using prior to me putting on the screen protector. So we'll go ahead and push that in there on the bottom here. Seems to fit pretty well. I don't see any lifting, and it comes right up to the bottom here. It leaves a little edge at the top for your speaker grill. The edges come right up to the case itself as well. So you can see the edges there. It leaves a little space at the top because I didn't push it all the way underneath that little absorber. The bottom. And here we have the other edges. I'm pretty pleased with it as of right now. And there's no cutout for the camera. It does cover the camera. So let's go ahead and take a look at what that looks like. So there is our front camera. Looks crystal clear. Don't see any issues whatsoever. Now let's go ahead and try out the S Pen. See how well that works with this screen protector. Don't see any issues there either. Seems to work perfectly. So that is pretty much it for the Mowei's tempered glass screen protector for the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. They also do sell this for a wide variety of different phones as well, not just the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. So if you have another phone and you're interested in getting this, I go to their website to see if they have a glass screen protector for your phone, because they most likely do. So other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that little notification bell to let you guys know when I put out new videos. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.